Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Dan from the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel, and I am here once again for Lay The SmackDan. That's right, guys. I am here to talk all things SmackDown on Lay The SmackDan this week. So, where on earth do we start with this SmackDown? Well, you know, for me, this show actually flew by. So, it was, yeah, it's like you feel like you're watching it, and then all of a sudden, it's finished. And you know, it was actually for me a pretty good episode of SmackDown. Opened with in Roman Reigns' dressing room. So he's talking with Jay, basically saying to him like, look, what is the one thing that I'm not going to stand for? And Jay simply just replied to him, is just never embarrass the family. But while they're doing this, you hear you hear the Usos music hit. And Roman just looks so annoyed at this. Jimmy came down to the ring, blamed Roman for last week, saying that they would have won the tag titles had he not interfered. Said that he thinks Roman got them disqualified on purpose, and knows what the issue is, and that is that Roman is jealous that he is back and wants his brother to be with him. And they want to represent the family and hold gold just like their cousin. Yeah, he just reckons as well that Roman is trying to tear Jay away from him, but that he's his brother's keeper, not Roman. And so this was basically a thing that went backwards and forwards throughout the night. So I'm just going to group all of that Usos, Roman stuff together quickly. So then we get a bit later on in the night, Roman saying that he wanted to talk to Jimmy, but we saw in another segment that Jay and Jimmy had spoken, and Jay essentially had said to Jimmy, if Roman wants to speak to me, I'll be in our locker room, so the Usos locker room. And so Roman was just like laughing when Jay told him this. He's like, what, you guys have got your own locker room? He's like, what, did he arrange this kind of thing? And so in the end, Roman does go to their locker room there, speaks to Jimmy. Jimmy basically was saying to him, look, I don't care about the Universal title, but what I do care is I care about my brother and I care about you. And said to Roman, like, you've been doing this since we were kids. And I mean, yeah, you know, he's like, I'm not looking to take your place. But both of them go backwards and forwards, and Jay, is standing in the middle of the pair of them. In the end, he just has to step in and say, look, guys, enough is enough. You know, I'm sick and tired of this. And so in the end, he just walks out, and Jimmy calls out Roman, saying to him, like, look, if you want to fight, mate, I'll give you a fight if that's what you want. And Roman's like, look, what on earth is wrong with you? I don't want to fight you. I just want us to all be on the same page. Now go make things right with him. Make it right with us. This is our family. You know, it's a very like interesting dynamic that they've got going on at the moment there, because you're thinking like in one sense, there's that family dynamic where the Usos obviously are established tag team, you know, 6-time tag team champions. Then you've got Roman who, you know, is seemingly the head of this family. Now, we've heard that there could be another member of the family showing up at Survivor Series, that man being The Rock. We don't obviously know what the plan is for that at the moment, but it's apparently that his schedule is clear. Survivor Series is scheduled for the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, a venue that myself and Scott know quite well, having visited that over WrestleMania 35 weekend. A beautiful venue. Lovely venue to watch wrestling in as well. So interesting to see what happens from there. But yeah, I mean this dynamic with the Usos and Roman, like, you can tell that they want to be on the same page, and you can also see the confliction with Jay. The fact that, you know, he's like, do I want to pick my brother? Do I want to pick my cousin? But then at the same time, he's thinking, but why should I have to pick my brother or my cousin? You know, why should it have to be one or the other? Why can I not have both? And I think that's the main the main crux of this story is Jimmy eventually going to say fall in line and acknowledge Roman as, you know, as his tribal chief kind of thing. Got a quick comment here. Sounds like all the pay-per-views from Money in the Bank are going to be huge. Yeah, I mean, don't be surprised to see the Money in the Bank pay-per-view stacked as well. You know, I'm thinking that the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches are going to just be the biggest names that they can find that don't have the titles. So, you know, I would expect like whoever loses out of Drew and Lashley to be in that match. I mean, I'm not going to give too much away because we're going to be filming our predictions a little bit later on for Hell in a Cell. But yeah, I could see like the maybe the loser of that match being in it. I could see possibly who else? Just trying to think. Kofi over on Raw, maybe. You know, I reckon it could be stacked with like former champions. So yeah, so I guess that's going to be interesting. But then talking of champions, the Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews on this show teamed up with Sami Zayn to take on Kevin Owens and a returning Big E. Big E, a man that we have not seen in ages. We've not seen him since he was attacked by Aleister Black. And in fact, that was the last that we saw of Aleister Black in WWE before his shocking release. Just a few weeks back, obviously. If you haven't already, go back and check out the video that myself and Scott did pretty much as this was breaking, where we talk a bit about Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, Lana, Ruby Riott, Buddy Murphy, and Santana Garrett all being released from WWE. We are also going to be at some point filming a released Mania 2. If you've already seen the first one, then it's where we went through and spoke a bit about the people that were released in WWE the first time around. That was back when the likes of Rusev were released. So go back and check Release Mania 1 out if you haven't already. But Release Mania 2 is coming very soon. Obviously, we have got a lot of stuff that we are in the process of filming at the moment. So yeah, when we get around to filming, then we will get that out to you guys as soon as we can. Obviously, we've got a little bit of time yet, we hope. And if the rumors are to be believed that this is not the last of the releases, then it gives us some more names that we could potentially add to that already stacked roster. And who knows, some of the guys could even be back by that time. There's obviously rumors that Aleister Black could be coming back and rumors that Samoa Joe is returning to NXT. So yeah, let's just have a quick look what else we've got. So did they pretend Big E's got a headache or something? No, they didn't. They didn't really mention it, to be honest. Didn't even acknowledge that he was attacked by anyone. So, but yeah, so going back to the match, it was a really good match actually. It was won by Kevin Owens and Big E, with Owens hitting a stunner on Sami Zayn. But yeah, after the match, Apollo said that the reason that they won was because he was burdened with that idiot Sami Zayn. He's like, you think you can beat me? How about next week? The two of you take on me and my commander, Aziz. So, yeah, that is seemingly confirmed. Big E and Kevin Owens taking on Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. But then Sami Zayn gets back in the ring saying to Crews, look, you set me up just so you didn't have to face me for the Intercontinental title. Gets a Nigerian nail for his troubles. And yeah, I mean, you know, I know I keep clamoring for it, but I'd love to see a multi-man match for that Intercontinental title. You know, Big E, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Apollo Crews. There's so many good names that they could put in that. I mean, I wouldn't even be opposed. You know, you throw the likes of Seth and throw Seth and Cesaro in there. You've got a decent enough mid-card division there. It is absolutely crazy. What else have we got here? It's mad in the internet area how they won't even storyline write someone out before releasing them like they used to. Because in WWE World, just meant to pretend Aleister Black kicked someone in the head and just walked out the job. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna quickly get into another thing now. So I'm just gonna so another match that happened on the show was Liv Morgan taking on Carmella. Now, to tie into it, obviously Ruby Riott was also one of the people that that got released in the last round of releases. Now, since Ruby Riott has left, they've not even acknowledged that the Riot Squad were a thing. They just said that last week that Liv Morgan was, oh, she lost her, recently lost her tag team partner. So, well, she's not dead. You guys just released her for no reason. But yeah, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I think Liv is an incredibly talented individual. You know, it was a really decent match with Carmella, actually. She won with the Oblivion. So, you know, I'm guessing we're going to see this match quite a bit more, just sheerly because of the thinness of the SmackDown Women's Division. As we mentioned, there's only 7 active wrestlers on the SmackDown Women's Division. So, I don't really know what else they can do. So, yes, I guess it's just trying to make, I guess, as much as they can with what they have, really. But you know, it just shows, doesn't it? You know, you keep the likes of Mickie James around. She could have been in this. You keep the likes of Ruby Riott around. Oh, look, you've got challengers for your tag team titles. Amazing what happens, isn't it? When you... I'm not even going to get into Triple H's comments as well on Mickie James, to be fair. You know, for what he said regarding the whole women's only shows, that's another thing that's a totally different thing for a totally different show. But yeah. Anyway, also we had announced was the Street Profits taking on Chad Gable and Otis. But did we get that match? No, we did not, because Chad Gable was backstage with the Street Profits, said that he feels that Otis went a little bit overprotective, and as a gesture to the Street Profits, he got the tag match cancelled, but he would go one-on-one with one of them. Montez was the man who stepped up. Both men agreed that Dawkins and Otis would not be at ringside for the match. Yeah, when does this kind of stuff ever happen in WWE? I mean, this is a really decent match, you know, backwards and forwards. Gable seemingly had a counter for everything. There was a beautiful looking frog splash, as there always is from Montez Ford. Close to winning the match until Otis attacks Angelo Dawkins backstage. We see this on the screen, and then Otis comes out, a new freshly shaved Otis nonetheless, comes out, attacks Montez Ford, and causes, I'm going to quote this from WWE, causing a rib fracture and torn intercostal cartilage as a result of the attack. And he has gone to a local medical facility, because we know hospitals don't exist in America. So, yeah, crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where we're going to go from here. Obviously, you've got the Mysterios as tag team champions, but they seemingly are tied up in a feud with the Usos / Reigns family. Obviously, they're the ones that are holding the tag titles. You know, I'd like to see the Alpha Academy get a decent shot with them. Obviously, Gable, a former tag champion with Jason Jordan. Otis and Tucker, though, never won the tag title. So Otis is looking for his first title. Obviously, the Money in the Bank, a lot of people forget that. The Money in the Bank winner from last year, actually. Go back and check that video out. You know, Scott had a lot of interesting stuff to say about that, actually. But yeah, just going to quickly go through, have a look at a few of the comments. So going back to the Intercontinental title thing, multi-man for the IC title, but also sort of feels like they're setting these lot up to be in Money in the Bank. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're all very good competitors, and any one of them could easily step up into that main event picture and challenge. So it's not like they've not got the talent over there on SmackDown to be able to actually put together a few good matches. What else have we got? Liv's documentary on the network was good. Is a good watch, as it details their struggles to get over and shows how crazy a year in WWE is, how you can go from tag title shots, planned feuds with Charlotte, to just sitting in catering. I very much believe that, to be honest. You know, because obviously But then again, like you look at what happened with Charlotte herself, you know, obviously being left off of WrestleMania as well. So, you know, nothing, you know, even if your name's Flair, you're not guaranteed anything in this company. So, yeah, let's have a look what else we've got. Gable, Civilian. Gable, 100% is severely underrated. 100%. One of the, obviously he's an Olympian as well. You know, he's just, I think, is the closest thing to Kurt Angle WWE will ever get again. You know, he's just, the guy in ring is just a different level. You know, I think you could sit and watch a match with, say, Chad Gable and a Drew Gulak and just watch them two go. Just give them like a 20-minute match, you know, like you've got obviously the Edge Randy Orton match that went like 45 minutes. I would rather sit and watch them two wrestle for 45 minutes. That would be just an absolute banger. Right, let's get on with this show now. So we then get Bayley and Seth Rollins, not in a one-on-one match. Don't be stupid. No, this was in a segment for Ding Dong Hello. That's right. Bayley welcomed the King of Drip, Seth Rollins, to the Ding Dong Hello show. Seth just thinks it is absolutely hilarious how Bayley keeps putting Bianca Belair in her place. He calls her Belanca, much to obviously from the mistake that Michael Cole made. I think it was either last week or the week before. They laugh about this. They laugh about how she's going to mop the floor with Bianca at Hell in a Cell. And they also laugh about how Seth stomped Cesaro in the head a couple of weeks back. Say a couple of weeks back. That was probably about 3 weeks ago now, I think, as well. But yeah, then all of a sudden there's a ring on the doorbell. And Seth's like, look, I'll be a gentleman. I'll get up. I'll go get the door. So then who should come in but Cesaro himself, attacks Seth Rollins, rips his trousers, throws him through the door of the Ding Dong Hello set, the recently refurbished Ding Dong Hello set, as Bayley reminded us. And boy, does she look annoyed at the end of this segment. So, what is going on from here? You know what I can honestly see happening? I can honestly see next week there being an intergender tag match, well, or a mixed tag match, however they word it nowadays. But I can see it being Bianca teaming with Cesaro to take on Seth and Bayley. You know, that for me would make a lot of sense, actually, going off of what's happening here. But we're probably not going to get that. We're probably just going to get another episode of Ding Dong Hello with the four of them. But yeah, I think, to be fair, I think that match would be a decent match going forward. You know, there's four incredibly talented athletes that would be in there. So yeah, I just feel as though it's you know, that's the way forward. Got a comment as well. Love that suit. Yeah, if you haven't already, guys, go back and watch. There's a video that Scott did where he tries on Seth Rollins' suit. You can find that on the Rebellious Noise pro wrestling channel. Basically, Scott ordered a couple of the suits that Seth Rollins was wearing and shows off what they look like IRL. And yeah, it's a really good watch, actually. And you see him try and struggle to stand up on a swivel chair as well, which is always funny because you're like, is he going to fall off? Is he not going to fall off? I'm not going to spoil it for you whether he does or doesn't, but you have to watch the video to find out. Going back to the Chad Gable thing, when he almost won King of the Ring a couple of years ago, just the performances in that were amazing. That's just purely because Chad Gable in himself is just amazing. He's a different level to anyone. But yeah, on the subject of King of the Ring, the current King of the Ring still is King Corbin. Now, he has been embroiled in this feud with Shinsuke Nakamura now for around 4 weeks. We know that it's been 4 weeks because they made a point to mention that these two are 2-2. So obviously this match was won by Shinsuke Nakamura to make it 2-2. Then Corbin goes to get his crown, but Rick Boogs is the man that stops him from getting the crown. Corbin, after this match, angrily goes back to Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, essentially saying to him, look, I want you to just make him give me my crown back. So they're like, well, actually, we've got a better idea. You guys are 2-2. So why don't we do it next week? A battle for the crown. Shinsuke Nakamura versus King Corbin. Obviously, the winner will get the crown. If only a couple of days after you had a pay-per-view where they could have literally just thrown this on as like an opening match or something. Yeah, I mean, you don't obviously want to see loads and loads of matches on pay-per-views, but you know, if they've built it up as, you know, 2-2 and it's like the final match, it's probably not going to be, to be honest. But you know, what I'm hoping that this is going to lead to a King of the Ring tournament. It needs to lead to a King of the Ring tournament. Get rid of one of those like random pay-per-views like an Extreme Rules. Put King of the Ring pay-per-view in its place. Do it old school. Semis and the finals in one night. Crown yourself a King of the Ring. Don't give them a stupid King gimmick. Just literally let them have that moment, and then you just basically say, oh yeah, they're the King of the Ring winner. Give them a title shot, whether it's at Survivor Series or something. That would actually make sense. Do King of the Ring in October. Winner gets the title shot at Survivor Series. There you go. I've booked it for you, WWE. You haven't got to do anything. I don't want any royalties. Just do it. It's good. So, where do we go from here? Well, we go straight into the main event segment. That's right. An angry Rey Mysterio comes out to the ring. He wants Roman Reigns to come out and acknowledge what he did last week. So Roman does indeed acknowledge what Rey is asking, comes out to the ring. The two face off in the ring, and Rey Mysterio essentially says to Roman that he's like, look, I acknowledge you for the rat bastard you are. The man who put his hands on my son, a man I'm willing to fight even if I lose that fight, and also as a man that I want to fight inside Hell in a Cell. Now, we don't actually get a definitive answer for this or a confirmation. There's nothing on WWE's website to confirm that this match is actually taking place. It has obviously been widely speculated that this was the direction they were going in for Hell in a Cell, but obviously it's not been officially announced. But yeah, so then Roman essentially just goes to him, well, you know what? I acknowledge you as a father, and just is about to say something else. Rey Mysterio out of nowhere just pulls out this kendo stick and starts just wailing on Roman. He literally absolutely goes to town on Roman Reigns. But then as Roman is in the corner setting up for a Superman punch, who should come in and attack him but Dominic Mysterio, also with a kendo stick. And then we see probably one of like the sickest moves that we are going to see. That was Roman Reigns essentially power bombing Dominic from the ring to the outside. Now, obviously we know with camera cuts that there's probably going to be crash mats on the outside, but I think this was filmed really, really well in a sense of, you know, you see Roman throw him out of the ring, you hear this thud, but you never actually see Dominic land. The only, obviously, next time you see Dominic, he's just laying on the floor. Rey obviously tries to go out and check on Dom, but Roman just kicks him in the head, but not before he gets another kendo stick shot to the back. And that essentially was how SmackDown went off the air, was just with Roman Reigns kind of kicking Rey in the head, you know, security or officials coming out to check on everybody. And yeah, I mean, we're still none the wiser as to whether we're actually going to get this match at Hell in a Cell or not. So yeah, I guess we'll probably find that out next week on SmackDown. So that will be, I guess, something that we're going to add to our predictions. But yeah, as I've already mentioned, don't forget we are going to be recording our Hell in a Cell predictions in a little while. That will be coming to you guys live over on this channel. So yeah, and then we know now for Raw that we've got two matches announced. That is AJ Styles taking on Drew McIntyre and The New Day taking on RK Bro. So you obviously are going to see me talking about that. That will be on Tuesday. I nearly said Monday, But on Monday itself, we do have a little something that's going to be, I'm going to throw it in as a bonus to you guys because I like you all. I'm going to be doing a mini Lay The SmackDown review on NXT TakeOver in Your House 2021. Time is obviously to be confirmed. I don't know what time I'm going to do that yet, but it'll most likely be in that 5 o'clock slot where I generally do the Raw and the NXT shows. But obviously NXT having a pay-per-view, it's not going to be like a big full-on like play-by-play review of the entire show. It'll just be a few thoughts from me on each match. And obviously, as you saw on the NXT show, I did some predictions. We'll see if my predictions come true for that event. And then obviously, subsequently, we'll see what happens the following week in NXT. So I think that is probably about everything for me today, guys. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for the comments. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't already left comments on the video, leave the comments in the comment section just down here somewhere. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to Rebellious Noise, to all of our channels. If you're not just into wrestling, we do have other channels available as well. So yeah, check that out. The football channel we know is going to get quite a lot of love, hopefully, over the next few weeks with the Euros being on. Come on, England. But yeah, anyway, that is it for this episode of Lay The SmackDown. Take care, guys. I will see you soon. Stay safe. Don't forget as well, follow us on Twitter, RM Pro Wrestling. Follow me on Twitter, Dan_RebNoise. Before I get out of here, take care, guys. See you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.